Good morning.
Morning everyone.
Welcome back to the Finca.
We're in the dark.
We're in the dark. We are moving on to the next major stage in this restoration project. The temperatures are ridiculous at the moment, so we're moving inside, and we are currently standing in our little snug come office.
Come spare bedroom, come whatever it's going to be. Yes, it's going to be another massive project, but this is the first day, so if you want to follow on how we do it, then stay tuned in every week after today.
Yes.
It's going to take quite a long time.
It's only a small room, but believe me, it's going to be a mission.
Having done other rooms before, we're doing it in traditional building techniques, so that means no concrete, no modern rubbish things.
It'll be done by hand with stone and lime mortar.
Yeah.
As always.
So yeah, it's going to take a while, but if it interests you, stick with us and see what we do with it.
Welcome to Finca Live. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
So where do we start? This is always about where do you start? What we've got, excuse me, up there we've got a little attic room, which you've probably seen on previous videos, just for storage. Don't know what it used to be. We think the fire tender, there's a child up there, a child's bedroom or something.
I think so, yeah.
So they could keep the fire going overnight. We don't know, it's just, we've heard stories of this from people who lived in similar things in the past. The hot water tank is above us here. The hot water pipe comes through, and it comes through this top room up there. Behind that door is going to be where our ensuite bathroom is for our bedroom. That'll all become clear as well. In fact, I'll put a plan up of where we are in the house right now, because we do confuse you, we know we do. So the services, we've got electric coming up to there. That's going to be blocked up. It's currently a door, as you can see. But we need to get the hot water through to the bathroom, which is going to be through there. That's a project and a mission in itself. We want to put a door on that entrance up there. You can just see the bottom of it where the ladder goes. Access to it as well is going to be another thing.
So one of the main problems with this room is there's so many doors. Andy's just showed you one which is going to be blocked up, which currently will lead to the bathroom. There was a little door over there, you won't be able to see it, it's not in camera, but Andy stoned it up and made a nice feature, and on the opposite side of that is our little bar. We've also got our new sliding door here, and then we've got this door which takes us to outside. The fact that we had so many doors is going to make furniture layout quite difficult, so we've already decided we're going to block up this door. It's ruined anyway, you can see there are more gaps in it than I know. But that is coming out. That is going to become a window, decent size width window, and then we'll stone the other half of it. Over this side there used to be a window, I think, and it's obviously been blocked up at some point. We're going to open that up again and just have a little window in there, but I think the two windows will give it so much light, because at the moment all we've got is this little window that we can open on the door, which is neither use nor ornament. So that's to be done as well. The other thing, of course, is the floor. At the moment we've got cardboard down because it is just rubble underneath. It still needs to come up. We put the cardboard down because before we had the door on, the cats used to come in here and use it as a giant litter tray. But now we've got the door, we can block it off, they won't be able to do that, so we can get rid of all this cardboard and see what we're working with. We did actually get a digger in here because the door height was so low, we were constantly banging our heads. We can't go any higher because I think originally this wall was an external wall. It is so thick that we couldn't chip out to make the door frame any higher, so we decided to dig down instead. So as I say, we got Eddie the digger in long time ago now, and he dug out the floor. In fact, we'll see if we can find a picture to show you. So yeah, the floor, another massive project.
Then we've got the ceiling, the roof. This part of the house, this room, has a terminal colossal problem in the way it was built and designed. It leaks. We've fixed most of the leaks in the roof, but at the end here, this side, it meets the vertical wall, and it's got a very shallow gully in it, which when it rains hard, it backs up under the tiles and comes in through the ceiling, through the roof. So I need to take part of the roof off, and I'm going to put a big box gutter. It's got a big box gutter in 3/4 of it. It's just one bit at the end. I'll show you in a minute. I've just got this really tiny little shallow gully, just using roofing tiles, which is neither use nor ornament. So when it rains heavily, it rains in. So that's going to be another big job, but that's going to have to wait until it cools down a bit, because it's far too hot to be on the roof at the moment. So this is the roof. Down there had a bigger gully in it, which I replaced, put a nice new guttering box gully in. But this bit up here, it's really, really shallow, and of course it rains torrentially here, and when water comes down, it actually just bounces up, backs up, can't shift it fast enough, and comes back under the tiles and leaks in. So that's going to be for when the cooler weather comes. And the rest of the outside, obviously this wall all needs finishing up to the roof there, but if I'm going to take most of it off, we'll do that at the same time. This is the other window in question, and that's the door. Look at the state of it from the outside. There's another door there where we go in and out, so we don't even need it.
So finally, just to give you some perspective, this is the other doorway that Andy blocked up, made a nice stone feature of it. We'll put some shelves in here, like we did on the other side for the little bar, and this is the sliding door. So where do we start? I think the first thing to do is empty all this rubbish out, because we've been using it as a bit of a storeroom. The first thing is this great big pile of stone. However, looking at the size of this one, I don't think it's for moving very easily. We've actually kept it all in here because, of course, when we take out this door, we're going to need lots of nice big stones to stone up halfway. So I guess they're staying because I don't fancy moving them, but I'm going to crack on and get the rest of it cleared.
So a fair amount of this stuff can go up in our storage area up there. The rest we're just going to put in the lounge. So let's get this room emptied. Look at the state of it. There's not that much in it, I say, compared to what there was, but it all needs to go. Right, we're nearly there. Just the door. A very, very, very heavy door. I'm going to throw out through that door. Then move it. Another door here, and then a big piece of cardboard here. Luckily, we've still got this door at the moment for easy access to get these things out.
Right, do you want a hand?
Just picking it up is a problem. Rocking to me. Right, just try and roll these out of the way just to get this one out. Oh, that's the lock for the door. Check for snakes.
Hello, Alfie.
It's a bit dusty in there, but phase one is complete. So with an empty room, we made a bit of an assessment. You can see bits here that have been patched up. They've actually used gypsum on there. Gypsum's terrible stuff for old buildings with solid walls, because it basically is like a sponge and it sucks moisture in. And we can see down here it's the same. It's just, you know, getting pushed off the wall, hollow in places. So I'm going to start with the air hammer see what's loose, see what needs to come off, what's solid, what's good, what's bad, and then work my way around it. This fireplace, it's had a piece of metal stuck on the front because it's all just rotten and crumbly behind, and all this is just raking and messy, and that's all got to come off. The other thing we want to do as well while we're making mess is get all the channels cut for the electrics, for the wiring, for the light switches, for the lights and everything, because we don't want any wires on display, they're all going to be buried in the wall. So I've got the air hammer, I've got my gloves, the compressor's plugged in. Before it gets too hot, we're going to crack on. So as always, it's the worst news, and what we see here is another case of modern incorrect materials being used to repair wall. We know the damp was coming from the roof and from the chimney. This wall's damp, by the way, super damp, because it can't breathe. So we know the roof and the chimney was leaking, caused damp in here. We understood that, not a problem, it's fixed. But the wall is still damp because it can't breathe and it can't dry out. It's got cement at the bottom down here. It's got gypsum all over here. I can feel it, it's just, yeah, damp. So it's all got to come off. We've got other walls there in the corral and the kitchen. They're like 2 meters below ground and they're absolutely bone dry because they can breathe. They're not trapping moisture in. People make this mistake so often. Don't use cement or gypsum on your old solid stone walls. Being Victorian brick, solid stone, it doesn't matter because you will have problems with damp. Anyway, I'm not going dwelling on that too much. So all this lot is looking back to the original stuff up here, which is dry. It's just in this corner, so it might not be too bad. I've got the chimney to sort out, that's looking equally as challenging, and that corner as well over there. So I shall carry on. It's just coming away in sheets in parts of it. Anything you put that can't breathe on a solid wall, the wall will just eventually push it off. Again, it isn't like it's a false economy. There's like be loads of rubble and that's what I get rid of. Anyway, let's see. So there we go, that's that bit done. I can see a feature fireplace coming on here. We were wondering what to do with this side to block up this door. We're contemplating building it up out of stone. Looking at this now, we're going to do exactly that. So we've got a nice big fireplace at the end of the room here. It's going to be a super feature. Next thing we need to do is get rid of some of this rubble and most of this rubble. Give us a bit more space to carry on. It's far too hot, it's 40 degrees outside, so 105, 106 Fahrenheit, it's crazy, it's getting hotter, enough is enough. Well, we're 2 days later, we didn't get anything done yesterday, it was desperately hot. From 9 o'clock in the morning until about 11 o'clock at night, the heat was oppressive. We managed to shift 3 or 4 wheelbarrows full of rubble out of here to give us a clear start, but that was it. That corner is drying out lovely, where I took the plaster off over there, took the old rubbish off, plaster, cement, all sorts of rubbish was in there. It's drying out really nicely. So it's going to be super hot later, but at the moment it's not too bad. So I want to try and get this lot mess off here in preparation, and maybe along the bottom of this walls, have a look at that, see what needs to come off there. We put a sheet up here to keep the dust out of our little room up there. So I'll get everything plugged in and switched on and cranking away, and we'll get this bit done hopefully. Sometimes we wonder if we made a mistake starting this time of the year. There's nothing else we can do. We can't do anything outside on the walls because it's too hot for the lime, etc, etc. So it should start cooling off soon in the summer, hopefully in a couple of weeks, so we'll crack on. Try to think what's behind here, but we'll find out in a minute. It's always full of surprises. No real surprises there. With all that bit out of the way now, there wasn't as much as I thought actually. When we build our stone wall, we can blend into this like we've done in the rest of the parts of the house. I think now I'm not going to do a lot with this. I need a channel for a light switch, which is going to be up by the door there. We'll get onto all that in the future, but I want to cut a channel in the wall for the cable for the light switch, and then just have a look at the bottom. In fact, I'll just flick the camera around. Can't tell if that's in focus, it's so dark or dim in here. I'm just going to have a look at the bottom of this wall. We're going to be putting a stone floor down in here, so I just want to get any loose stuff off the bottom. So when the stone meets the wall, we can get a nice even joint and finish, good looking finish on that. And of course the channel for the wire. So basically I've cut a hole, it'll take me back box for my switch. I just need the slot all the way down now, big enough to fit the cable in. So I'll carry on, I've done the bottom. That was pretty straightforward, pretty solid, not too bad. The trouble is some of this plaster is really thin because of the surface of the stones. It's not always easy. Right, so I've got most of it cut out. I've got a piece of marble here that I can't get through with the air hammer. It's so hard, so I'm going to use the angle grinder. People said in the past, why don't you use an angle grinder to cut channels? Because of the hideous amount of dust they create. So I've even got a dust mask, safety glasses, and a diamond cutter in the angle grinder. Let's see if I can get through this marble. Let's have a look. Marble only gives off a fraction of the dust that this stuff would, so it's not so bad. I've just cut 3 slots in it. This should pop out with this now, he says, hopefully. Let's have a look. There we go, just like that. Excellent. Yeah, I think I'll get a cable in there alright. Wonderful. Right, fab. We've got 2 walls pretty much done. Or what can be done at this stage. Next job, Sharon's on it already. Get rid of more rubble. Tilly's coming to help now. You shouldn't be in here, you're no help at all, you know. No. Come on, let's have you out.
Tilly
right,
out.
So we'll get this done, get the dog out, and see what's next. The next thing I want to do is have a look up here This is where it's been leaking for 85 years probably at least. Yes, terminal leaking. You can see, if you can see there, there's actually grooves in the wall where the water's been running down for years. We've cured the majority of it, so that little end I need to put a bigger gully gutter in to stop it. It still leaks a little bit only when it rains really hard, but we don't want any leaks at all. It's just a bad design. We're going to try and fix that. But because it's been leaking, it's all flaky up here. I'm not sure what's involved with it, so I'm going to throw a sheet over the rail and give it a scrape, see what we've got. It's actually not too bad, it's just salts that have come out of the wall, scraped off, the plaster's solid. Set this down now for a bit. I've done the bottom as well, I've knocked away, same as on this side, what's the loose stuff at the bottom. So now there's just the one horrendous wall left. This wall over here, but it's a bit dark, camera's struggling to focus. As I said before, most of this stuff's going to have to come off. We've got a window to go in, this little up there, which we've just found out has arrived, needs picking up today, which is like 3 weeks earlier than expected. Windows are the only things that I don't make for the house, because for what they cost, it's just not worth even trying to make them. You got all the locking mechanisms, all the seals, double glazed unit, all comes in a complete kit. In the case of this window, just over €100, solid pine, can't fault it. And we've already got the window to go in the door, so we need to take all this off, open all that out, channeling for the wires up there, channeling, decide what we're going to do with all these cables, these are for the internet. Yes, quite a lot to do on this one, it's going to be a bit of a mission. But so we're going to go and pick our window up and get it done, and then we can carry on, plus some other bits, some pipe work I need to move to extend that hot water through to what's going to be our bathroom, and various other bits and pieces as well. So I'm going to call it a day there. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everyone that supported the channel, especially to all our patrons, everyone that's bought us a coffee. We'll see you on the next one.